Eloquent English. Unlock the power of fluent English.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Eloquent English, the English podcast where learning meets life's journey. Unlock your potential one episode at a time. We're happy to have you with us again. I'm Helen, and here with me is my co-host, Carl.
Hey there. Today's episode is going to challenge you in a very practical way, how to own your time. But before we dive in, let me ask, how often do you feel like time slips through your fingers? You blink, and the day's over, right?
Sounds familiar. Picture this. It's morning, and the day feels full of possibilities. Fast forward to evening, and you're wondering, what did I even accomplish today?
That hits hard, Helen. Time is the one thing we all get in equal amounts each day. Yet most of us feel like we don't have enough. Spoiler alert, the problem isn't time. It's how we think about it.
Exactly. And here's the reality check. We could all do better. When we see time as something that happens to us, it controls us. But when we shift our mindset, we can take the driver's seat.
Right. Owning your time starts with understanding it's yours to shape. Imagine your time like a block of clay. It's up to you to sculpt it into something meaningful. But first, you have to change how you look at it.
Here's where it gets interesting. When you see time as an opportunity rather than a limitation, you open the door to possibilities. Instead of thinking, I don't have time, try saying, this isn't a priority right now. Notice the difference?
Oh, absolutely. One phrase feels like defeat. The other puts you in control. It's empowering to own your choices and accept that how you spend time reflects your values.
That's the mindset shift we're talking about, moving from scarcity to abundance. When you stop blaming time and start taking responsibility, it's like flipping a switch. Suddenly, you're not fighting against the clock, you're working with it.
So let's start there. Change how you see time, and you'll change how you use it. That's step one in learning to own your time. Trust us, the rest will fall into place.
So we've talked about perspective, but let's be honest, even with a positive mindset, we all have a lot to juggle. That's why prioritization is your superpower.
Right, Helen. Prioritizing is about recognizing that not everything deserves equal attention. Imagine your to-do list is like a crowded bus. Some tasks are VIP passengers. They deserve the front seats. Others, they can wait for the next ride.
Love that metaphor, Carl. Let's talk about how to spot those VIPs. It starts with asking yourself one simple question. What will make the biggest impact? Impact can mean different things, hitting a deadline, reducing stress, or even creating joy.
Exactly. And don't forget the 80-20 rule. It's a game changer. Did you know 80% of results come from just 20% of your efforts?
It's so true. Focus on the tasks in that magical 20% zone. They're the ones that push the needle forward. For example, if you're studying, prioritize reviewing key concepts over obsessing about perfect notes.
And here's the secret sauce. Let go of guilt. You can't do it all, and that's okay. In fact, trying to do it all often means doing nothing well.
Let's not forget the power of lists. I'm a big fan of the Eisenhower matrix. It's a simple way to divide tasks into 4 categories: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and neither.
Nice, Helen. And for those listening, here's a quick example. Say you're planning a party. Choosing a venue? Urgent and important. Picking the color of the napkins? Not so much.
That's such a good point. Another tip: plan your day the night before. When you wake up with a clear sense of what's important, you're less likely to waste time figuring it out as you go.
And don't forget to check in with yourself throughout the day. Ask, am I working on what matters most right now? If the answer is no, redirect your focus.
So true. Prioritization isn't just about doing the right things, it's about not doing the wrong ones. And the best part? It gets easier with practice. When you master this, you'll realize you don't need more time. You need to use the time you have on what truly counts. Let's keep the momentum going. Once you've got your priorities straight, the next step is organizing them into your day. This is where time blocking comes in.
Ah, time blocking, the secret weapon of high achievers. It's simple. You divide your day into chunks of time dedicated to specific tasks. Think of it like creating a personalized schedule, but with more purpose.
Exactly. Imagine your day as a blank canvas. Time blocking is like painting sections of that canvas with vibrant colors. Each block represents something meaningful.
And don't worry, this isn't about perfection. It's about intention. You're telling your time where to go instead of letting it wander off on its own.
Here's how to start. First, write down everything you need to do. Then, group similar tasks together. For example, if you're responding to emails, handle all of them in one block instead of scattering them throughout the day.
Yes, and assign each group a specific time. Let's say you block 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for deep work, 10:15 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. for emails, and so on. The key is to stick to those blocks as much as possible.
Pro tip, include buffer time between blocks. Life happens, and you'll need those extra minutes to handle unexpected delays or just breathe.
Oh, and don't forget to block time for yourself. Seriously, schedule your breaks, workouts, or even time to just zone out. Rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity.
That's a big one, Carl. When I started time blocking, I felt like I was finally in control of my day. It's amazing how much more you can accomplish when every hour has a purpose.
And let's address the elephant in the room. What if something interrupts your plan? It happens. The beauty of time blocking is that it's flexible. You can adjust the blocks as needed without losing track of your priorities.
Another tip is to review your blocks at the end of the day. Reflect on what worked and what didn't. Over time, you'll get better at estimating how long tasks actually take.
So, whether you're managing work, studies, or personal goals, time blocking helps you stay focused and feel less overwhelmed. It's like giving your day a map, no more wandering aimlessly.
Let's talk about something we're all guilty of: letting time thieves run loose in our lives. These are the distractions that sneak in and steal minutes, even hours, without us realizing it.
Oh, Helen, I can already hear the sighs of recognition from our listeners. Time thieves can be sneaky little things: social media, unnecessary meetings, or even mindlessly scrolling through your phone.
Totally. And the first step to eliminating them is identifying them. Start by tracking how you spend your time for a few days. You'll be shocked at how much gets wasted on things that don't matter.
Let me guess, like that quick check of Instagram that somehow turns into a half-hour deep dive into cat videos. Guilty as charged.
Then there, Carl. Once you've spotted your time thieves, it's time to set boundaries. For example, if social media is a big culprit, use app blockers or set specific times to check your accounts.
And don't underestimate the power of saying no. Decline invitations to unproductive meetings or opt out of tasks that don't align with your priorities. Remember, every yes you give to one thing is a no to something else.
Another common time thief is multitasking. It sounds productive, but it's actually a trap. Switching between tasks makes you less efficient and more prone to mistakes.
That's so true. Instead, try single tasking. Focus on one thing at a time, give it your full attention, and then move on. You'll finish faster and with better results.
Let's not forget physical clutter. A messy workspace can slow you down and drain your energy. Take a few minutes to tidy up before diving into a task. It makes a world of difference.
Oh, and here's a tip for email overload. Set specific times to check your inbox instead of responding to emails as they arrive. You'll avoid the constant interruptions and stay focused on what matters.
Great point, Carl. The goal isn't to eliminate every distraction. It's about reducing the ones that have the biggest impact on your productivity.
Right. When you take back those stolen minutes, you'll feel like you've gained hours. And trust us, those little changes add up to big results.
So ask yourself, what's stealing your time? Once you know, you can take action and start owning those precious moments again.
Okay, Helen, let's address something that's surprisingly hard for a lot of people:
saying no.
Oh, Carl, this one's a biggie. So many of us struggle with it, right? We feel obligated to say yes to everything, whether it's helping out a friend, taking on extra work, or attending an event we're not even excited about.
Totally. But here's the truth. Every time you say yes to something you don't really want or need to do, you're saying no to something else, like your priorities, your rest, or your personal goals.
Exactly. And the first step to mastering the art of saying no is understanding that it's not selfish. It's actually one of the most self-respecting things you can do.
Well said. Here's a tip I use. Don't rush into a yes. When someone asks for your time, pause and think about it. Ask yourself, does this align with my priorities? If the answer is no, then, well, you know what to do.
And if saying no feels awkward, remember that you don't owe anyone a long explanation. A simple, "I'm sorry, I can't commit to that right now," is polite and to the point.
That's a great line, Helen. And for those moments when it's really hard to say no, try offering an alternative. For example, I can't help with that project this week, but I can review it next week if that works.
Yes, it's all about setting boundaries while still being supportive. And let's not forget, when you say no to low-value activities, you create space for the high-value ones.
Here's another tip. Practice saying no to small things first. It's like building a muscle. The more you do it, the easier it gets.
And don't forget to communicate your boundaries clearly. For instance, let people know the best times to reach you or when you're unavailable. This helps manage their expectations and reduces interruptions.
You know, Helen, learning to say no has been life-changing for me. It's not just about time, it's about energy. Protecting your energy allows you to show up fully for the things and people that matter most.
So, to everyone listening, start embracing no. It's not a door closing, it's the right doors opening. And trust us, the more you do it, the more empowered you'll feel. Let's talk tools. Once you've set your priorities, blocked your time, and mastered the art of saying no, having the right tools can make everything flow seamlessly.
Absolutely. Tools are like having an extra set of hands. They don't do the work for you, but they sure make it easier. And the good news is, you don't need anything fancy, just a few essentials that work for you.
Exactly. Let's start with calendars. A digital calendar like Google Calendar is amazing for keeping track of your time blocks, deadlines, and appointments. Plus, you can set reminders so you never miss a beat.
Totally agree. And for to-do lists, apps like Todoist or Microsoft To Do are great. They let you organize tasks by priority, set deadlines, and even break big projects into smaller steps.
Oh, and speaking of breaking things down, project management tools like Trello or Asana can be lifesavers. They're perfect for visualizing workflows, especially if you're juggling multiple tasks or working in a team.
And let's not forget timers. The Pomodoro technique is a game changer. Set a timer for 25 minutes, work on one task, then take a 5-minute break. It's a simple but powerful way to stay focused.
Love that method, Carl. And if distractions are your biggest challenge, apps like Focus at Will or Forest can help. They're designed to minimize interruptions and keep you in the zone.
Oh, and for anyone who gets overwhelmed by emails, tools like Spark or Boomerang can be a big help. They let you schedule emails, snooze less urgent ones, and keep your inbox organized.
Great tips. Let's not forget physical tools. A simple notebook or planner can work wonders for people who prefer writing things down. Sometimes old school methods are just as effective.
True. And here's the key. Don't overdo it. Too many tools can create chaos instead of clarity. Choose a few that suit your style and stick with them.
One last thing. Review your tools regularly. Technology evolves, and so do your needs. It's worth checking every few months to see if there's a better way to streamline your processes.
So there you have it, folks. With the right tools, you can transform your time management game and make owning your time easier than ever.
We're at the final piece of the puzzle. And honestly, this might be the most important part. Consistency. Owning your time isn't about quick fixes. It's about building habits that stick.
Totally. Think of time management as a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. But here's the thing. It's not about perfection. It's about showing up even when it's hard.
Exactly, Carl. Consistency starts small. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Begin with one habit. Maybe it's setting aside 10 minutes each evening to plan the next day.
And let's be real, Helen. It's easy to feel motivated at first, but staying consistent is where most people struggle. That's why tracking your progress is so important.
So true. A habit tracker can keep you accountable and give you a sense of accomplishment. Whether it's a simple app or a handwritten chart, seeing those small wins adds up.
Here's another tip. Pair your new habits with existing ones. For instance, if you want to review your priorities daily, do it right after your morning coffee or tea.
Love that, Carl. And don't forget to celebrate your successes. Even small victories, like sticking to your time blocks for a week, deserve a pat on the back.
Absolutely. And let's address setbacks because they happen to everyone. Miss a day, forget a habit. It's okay. The key is to forgive yourself and get back on track the next day.
And keep reminding yourself of the bigger picture. Why are you managing your time? Is it to achieve a goal, create balance, or just feel more in control? Your why will keep you motivated.
Exactly. Over time, those small, consistent actions compound into massive changes. You'll find that managing your time becomes second nature. It's not something you do anymore, it's just part of who you are.
And that's the beauty of it. Owning your time isn't about having it all figured out. It's about making steady progress. So start small, stay consistent, and trust the process. Thanks for sticking with us through this journey. Now, let's wrap up with a helpful vocabulary table to review some useful words from our conversation.
Vocabulist word. Obligated. Adjective. Feeling required to do something. She felt obligated to attend the meeting. Align. Verb. To bring into proper position or agreement. Align your goals with your priorities. Boundary. Noun. A limit that defines acceptable behavior. Setting boundaries is key to maintaining balance. Prioritize. Verb. To arrange tasks in order of importance. He prioritized his studies over social activities. Multitasking. Noun. Doing multiple tasks simultaneously. Multitasking often leads to lower efficiency. Distraction. Noun. Something that draws attention away. Social media is a common distraction for many. Commit. Verb. To pledge to a course of action. She committed to finishing the project on time. Accountability. Noun. The obligation to report or justify actions. Strong accountability systems ensure success. Overhaul. Verb. To completely change or improve something. They decided to overhaul the entire process. Compound. Verb. To increase or add to. Small mistakes can compound into larger problems. Reflect. Verb. To think carefully or ponder. She reflected on her choices before deciding. Intention. Noun. A purpose or plan. His intention was to complete the task by noon. Scattered. Adjective. Spread out or disorganized. Her thoughts were scattered after the busy day. Consistency. Noun. The quality of being regular or stable. Consistency is crucial for building good habits. Accountability. Noun. The obligation to report or justify actions. Strong accountability systems ensure success.